Clearing day. I got 10 days from the start of my leave to clear post. I'm about to go in and get my clearing papers. Let's go. Alright, got my clearing papers, my PCS instructions. Now I gotta go all over the installation, go to battalion, and start collecting signatures. Alright, day one of clearing is complete. I was able to get almost all of the sections done with a few left over. However, apparently there's a right way to do all the clearing paperwork, and on the sheets it's not in the right order. So that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to try again tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, also, trying to clear this stuff, I had to have CIF complete before some of the other sections would even take me. So I scheduled an appointment a couple weeks out from now because that was the earliest that they had, and tomorrow I'm going to try to walk in, so I gotta go pack a bunch of CIF. Let's go. Luckily it's just all the PCS no stuff, so it's not that much that I gotta turn in. Day 2 of clearing did not go well. I tried to walk on to CIF this morning, and this installation, their CIF doesn't allow walk-ons. So thankfully, I was able to trade with another soldier there, so I got an expedited turn-in request, but I can't clear half of my clearing stuff without that CIF. So aside from CIF though, I only got transportation, so the GIPSO office, finance, and then clearing battalion left to go. So kind of at a standstill until CIF's done. However, for the transportation office, I can't do that until I update my online account. I attend a brief that they hold like 3 days a week, so I have to wait till next week to do that. And then battalion, I can't clear until I do CIF. So more to follow. Day 3 complete. I did CIF. It was actually pretty fast once they let me turn stuff in. Then after that I did battalion S1 again, and I turned in my D93, SGLI, change of address form, and a few other things. Next I got finance. However, I can't do that until 48 hours before my final out. So I gotta wait until day 8 for that. Day 4 transportation complete. Went to the GIPSO office. They gave me a username. I had to then go online and change my password. The link they gave me wouldn't work for me for whatever reason, so I had to stand outside of the brief on the day of, on hold for like 30 minutes until they can fix it. After that, I was able to set up my move on the transport.mil website. You can skip that brief, however, I recommend doing it if it's your first PCS or if you haven't PCS'd in a while. It was very helpful. Alright, so it's day 5 and I completed finance and my final out, so I'm done with clearing. However, I had to wait until the last day to clear finance because we had a big snowstorm come through and it closed post for like 2 days. So I got my golden ticket, and now all that's left is to pack up and get ready to move.
Hey, before packing and loading the truck, I want to recap and expand on 5 things that I need to go into more detail with. So I had 10 business days to clear posts, and I was able to do it within 5 due to the weird circumstances and snow days. I think if the circumstances were right, you could probably clear in like 2 to 3 days if necessary. They also gave locations to each station on the clearing instructions, which was pretty helpful. A big friction point to clearing posts was CIF. I needed to have that complete prior to finishing a majority of the other sections here at Fort Carson. They don't allow walk-ons, and their appointments were weeks to months out. When I PCS from Fort Benning at Abolic, I didn't have this issue. However, I was told that it's harder for a force comm unit because of how many soldiers are stationed there. My advice to you, if you're clearing a large installation, would be schedule CIF as early as possible before you get your orders or start clearing. Another tip to speed things up would be complete the online portion of PHA and PHRA if necessary before clearing SRP. Depending on the availability of the computers at the SRP site and or the possibility of deploying units flooding the site, having the online portions already complete could let you jump in front of the line. I mentioned the GIPSO brief earlier, and I really do recommend attending that brief if they have one. They'll walk you through everything you need to do for leave, in processing, and they give you the list of things that you can get refunded or claim on your taxes, and I'll put that up on the screen right here. They also walk you through each of the types of moves, like household goods, partial DITY, or PPM, the personally procured move. That's what I'm doing. For finance, I thought this was going to be where I get my DLA in advance. However, they just gave me a website and vague instructions. I recommend getting the DLA in advance if you're going to be moving through a PPM like I'm doing, because it'll give me a free allowance for moving to pay up front for the moving truck, the movers, and or any travel if there's anything left over. This way I save on any interest accrued on my credit cards that I would have used. My credit score doesn't take a hit because of the debt to limit ratio, would have gone up a bunch, and I don't have to deal with the hassle of using a government travel card. You can go to this website right here to request the DLA advance, and here's what that website looks like and what to click on to get it. You can get the DLA on the back end as well, however this is just my personal preference. Also keep in mind that DLA is in addition to the refund vouchers that you'll do when you in-process. You'll be completing a DD 1351-2 travel voucher when in processing your new unit, as well as the Gypso PPM voucher. Alright, so now I'm going to start packing for my move.
Alright, I'm done with packing. Mover should be here any minute now. I'm excited, let's go. If you're moving to or from Fort Carson, I highly recommend using All-Star Moving Company. I use them 3 times now, and they're awesome. Go ahead and give Kevin a call. I got his business card at the bottom of the screen. I highly recommend 10 out of 10 service. I'll be using them again if I ever come back to Fort Carson. So the move's complete. I'm all settled in. Now I got to enjoy leave, and I'll see you guys again when I in process. Tomorrow's report date. You know what that means, right?
In processing was pretty easy. I filled out a few admin forms with the new unit and went to the transport office and the finance office. Before visiting the transport office, I completed the online voucher that they tell you about during the Gypso brief and printed out a copy of that packet. At the transport office, I gave them that packet and all of my receipts to include gas and lodging. There was an issue at the office with the previous duty station not signing one of the forms, so I had to come back again after the new office was able to get the employee at the old installation to sign it. Typical Army stuff, right? When I went to the finance office, they just had me complete the online smart voucher. You can probably save yourself a visit by doing it before going in, however, I still recommend you go in to the office just in case you require anything additional at your gaining installation. Both the Transpo and finance offices told me that I can expect to see the reimbursement payments within the next couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. If you have any additional questions on PCSing or have comments to add for non-PPM moves, leave them down below and I'll see you on the next video.